next up, y'all, we have some amazing poets coming up very, very soon in a second. But before we get started, I just want to give proper flowers to the facilitators of this program. We have our lovely Emmanuel Candelario, my chapter leader, also a facilitator for Writing Collective, former facilitator of Liberation Program as well, and also just all around band, we stand you. Also our lead tech of the night, Frankie, also our facilitator for Writing Collective and all around band as well. We stand Frankie here, and I'm just going to pass it on over to Emmanuel so he can introduce our lovely poets for the evening.
Peace, peace, y'all. Can I get a bro, sis? Yes, the love is beautiful. We're going to continue to amplify it. Bro, sis is someplace where we get to experience magic. I was a member starting when I was 15 years old. I joined the writing program known as the Lyrical Circle back then. And really was a transformative experience that I get to be part of this legacy of a new crop of poets, a new generation of poets, braver, more courageous, more brilliant than ever. And it is our blessing to share that with you today. So we're going to warm it up. I co-facilitate again with Frankie. Shout out to him. And to warm us up for some spoken word poetry, I want to see if we are ready. Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah! Can I get a preach poet? Preach poet! Can I get a wepa? Wepa! Yes, let me get a snap real quick. Let me get a snap for our old school beat poet. What you know about the beatniks? Yes, and let's get a round of applause real quick. A round of applause. Let's test it out. We are live, bro, sis. We have some beautiful poetry, some prophetic poets coming up in a time where our leaders in this country are building borders. These poets are building bridges. Let's make some noise and show some love for our first poet up, Jeffrey.
What's good, y'all? I'm doing very fine on this very fine Thursday, on this very fine winter solstice. So I would like to share with you guys a poem that, in my opinion, I am very ambitious of. And it's called, Your Hello Was Your Goodbye. In this letter I never sent you, I wanted to address how grateful I am of you. You brought my mother to this earth, and she had me through birth. But through stories I heard you were mean, and the way you were always so calm and kind with me. But I know it was all in good heart, because she taught me what you taught her, in part. I was watching a movie with my sisters before the day we all cried, and 2 days before you died. And my mother was on a call with you about hers. They said you were failing, that your health was ailing, and my sister got annoyed that my mother was not watching, and instead it was on you which she was focusing. So she said, there's nothing you could do. What she said would turn out true. I was up early with the game playing, and in the other room I heard my mother crying. I went in already expecting what had happened. I asked my sister, Grandma died, and she nodded. But I just want to appreciate what you did for me. For me, my siblings, my whole family. Because without you, I would never be. I just wish that I could have said more to you, because the last word you said to me was hello. So I wish that I could just speak to you for one last time, because little did I know, your hello was your goodbye. Thank you. Now, without further ado, I would like to bring up onto the stage the talented, the ambitious, the omnipoetic Nalia.
call diaspora. Thank you. The language of my ancestors, sweet whisper of my mother tongue, skin blessed by the sun, they walked so that I could run. Children of the earth, born of the soil, we were once royal. Blankets of coils covering crowns, there were once black faces all around. Imagining what would have happened had we had never been found. Black, bold, beautiful brown, sitting down the block dipped in gold turned vow. Ooh, inflation is wild. From the start, we were more than property value. But now none of us could spell mortgage even if we tried to. And when the blame can no longer be traced back to the white man's name, as if we can't use our tools to get ahead in the game, and please, don't take my words in vain. Because yes, black is beautiful, but we all know black is pain. And it is captured in all the unconventional ways and all the unconventional frames. Being black means expansive terrain. Means seeing all of you in the planet's face, and most of all, black means space. Means to walk into a room never leaving without a trace, and black has no true name, no collective color or shape, all consuming. And the future's alluding to the end of the white man's reign, when black reflects the planet's face. Regards, Nalia. And now introducing my lovely, lovely friend Max.
Hi, my poem is called Glass Child. Throwing rocks in Thank you. Throwing rocks in glass houses, destroying the beauty within, hiding cracks within lies and throwing shards under mats. You bring rocks into my home, leaving me, the glass child, all alone. You crush my porcelain with the weight of responsibility, but seeing how it hurts me. You look through my glass, but only see yourself staring back. You love the feeling of rocks against your skin, but the feeling I lack. Keep your perfect frame, and if rocks break you, you are to blame. But I am only glass, and I am bound to break. For I do not own the steel armor that you do, but I know you want me to. So I burn myself with fire and mend myself back together. Look, I say, I am whole once more. I have no scars, no cracks. But there is still something that I lack. So I'll burn and burn and burn myself until I am as strong as your steel. But maybe then you'll see the child you made of glass instead of the rocks you brought within. The rocks you threw into my life, my house, and my heart. And now calling up the fantastic Hector.
Hello everyone. I'm Hector San Quintin and I'm gonna perform my poem called Time to Say Goodbye. It's time to say goodbye to the old me, the old person I used to be. That person has nothing to do with me. It's time to say goodbye to the place we used to be, along with the memories we ever lived and the people we were surrounded with. It's time to say goodbye along with the time as it fades away without any apologies. It's time to say goodbye once we also faded away along with the time, leaving our loved ones behind. Isn't it any amazingly sad that it's time to say goodbye to everyone and everything, but never for time? Thank you very much. And now, I got you guys my amazingly star friend, Natalia en la casa, representando. Do your thing, Natalia, you're the best.
Okay, this is called Contact, What I Can't See. The most important thing to me is my future, which is weird because I know nothing about it. I do have a feeling about what might happen, however. I'm gonna graduate twice, nice job, married, kids, and a big house. But when I think about it, I've never been able to predict anything before. I mean, my past was once my future, the things I regret have already happened. And at the same time, my best moments have too. His story, her story, their story, it's all happened. You can't have an ending if you haven't gotten to the end. Anyway, the present is a gift in itself, so says its name. It's the greatest thing I've ever been given, even when I wrap myself up in my emotions. The most important thing to me is my future, yet it never occurred to me. Maybe my future is my now. Maybe. Now introducing the next poet of my bloodline, my cousin and my best friend, Gianna.
I'm excited, guys. She was good, right? Yeah. Anyway, my poem is called These Walls. If these walls could talk, what do you think they'd say? Do you think they'd like this pretty color we painted them, pale shades of blue? Do you think they'd be disappointed in themselves for not holding the noise that's produced in these rooms? Do you think they'd remember watching us sink to our knees when we couldn't take it anymore? Do you think they're glad we don't slam them like doors? How bad does it hurt when we bang and punch holes? Do they cry? Do they scream? If these walls could talk, do you think they'd apologize for all we bring home after we leave these walls? Do you think they feel proud when we walk back in? Do you think they're angry? They've seen it all. Maybe they've seen more than I have. They've been there through pain and confusion, through grief, through growth. They've seen more of me than I'd want anyone to see, and I wish I could tear down these walls. Absolute pleasure of introducing our last poet, the amazing and beautiful Michaela.
It's called A Moment Around the Tree. We used to put up a tree, and my brother and I would hang ornaments and shake the boxes on Christmas Eve to see if the gift was good, because then it wasn't about being grateful we got something. Of course we were. But what mattered in our little brains was the toy or the new device. The gift itself was not family, instead it was something that had a price. We would pick out a gift to open the day before Christmas. Sometimes I would have enough self-control that I would wait, so I could have them all at once. We would wake my parents up too early and wear matching pajamas. The point is, we used to have a Christmas that, even though I never admit to it, I loved. In the four walls of my home, I loved every minute of the holiday season for all of its simple reasons. And when things changed, Christmas gifts became rifts in my family, hope strung on strings like popcorn. I never understood why people string popcorn. The word family hung like an unseen frame painting, but as the tree started to fade, I realized I am from lies tied, wrapped yearly, put a bow on them, and they go underneath the tree. Things that crumble underneath our feet. Every year the holiday season comes around and we realize we don't shake our gifts anymore and sit in the living room until our parents wake up and tell them to stop filming us, opening our gifts, and visit our grandparents. I realized the tree got smaller and smaller until it came down, the lights got duller, the ornaments no longer held value. I hate the ED at the end of words, because rather than being in the present, the word's presence is in the past. I loved Christmas rather than love. We stopped traditions. We picked through wrapping paper. I hate verbs of past tense, but I can't continue to wallow in what's gone and forgotten. So I sit here with my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, and my niece. I put a star on a transparent tree, unsung songs filling a silence, cracked ornaments hung just like the word family. and I wish you a Merry Christmas. My gift to you is this poem so that you carry your traditions for years to come. I wish someone gave this gift to me, but they didn't, so I sit here lighting a fallen tree.